but
Hi, come here. Oh.
Whew. Okay. Oh, guys. Whew. We're getting there. Hi, welcome to FiberLoveDiary. If we haven't met, I'm Trish, and if we have met, welcome back. You're probably part of my Fiber tribe. Those are my people. They understand me. No one else really gets me. This is Louie. He is always here with me. Always. He's like so always with me that when I take a shower, he sits on the bath mat. Not joking. And we're getting ready to do a project update. Both these piles contain projects. Everything on this desk is a project that I finished since the last update, which I think was in August. Don't quote me. And we're literally gonna just go through this one by one. I also have a couple of things not pictured because they've already gone to the recipients. So I'll give them honorable mention, but sorry, they're already gone. My goal is to not wait so long to do the next one. And this time I did a proper one. I went all the way back using Instagram and the pictures on my phone, because you know that's how I document my life. We all do now, right? And got everything together. I had to go in the camper. I had to go out in the garage. I had to go all over the house. I had to dig through some fall decorations. And here we are with two giant piles of fun things to discuss. You might want to get a cup of coffee or tea or something. I also had caffeine today. You guys know I quit caffeine like a month ago maybe, and I've had 2 Diet Pepsis since then on days where I was like, I'm not gonna make it. And I had a cup of coffee this morning for the same reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's lack of sunlight. Maybe I've missed my vitamin D a couple days. I think I'll make sure I take that right when we're done. And also, it's not all fiber. So I guess if you would rather not see other crafty things I do, let me know. Like, how do you feel? Talk to me about your feelings. I'm not sure how to attack this, but we're gonna do it. So these were already packaged up to mail to some loved ones. I'm gonna mail them cookies in like a week, so I thought I might as well save it and just like tuck this envelope in with the cookies. But before I do, I'm just gonna show you what I made. These are what I call, and what many others call, reusable paper towels. So they're like, I like this better. If you lived in like the UK, you would call it reusable kitchen roll because it's not a paper towel. So why do we call it a reusable? I don't get it. One of the recipients of this favorite color is navy. So that's why they're going to them. It is our son and his partner, our son Aaron and his partner Tyler. Tyler's favorite color is navy. So I'm just gonna quickly, there's a set of 5. I don't know. So they're smaller and they're not as heavy as the towels that I do, so that you can just use them and throw them in the wash. I don't know. How much do you really want to see? There is one with a gray, sorry, they're wrinkled. There's one with a gray weft, and you can see when they're thinner, they wrinkle more, and then they also, like, there's more, see that? More give, I guess, in the weave. You don't get that as much when you double the warp like I usually do, but I really like these. This one has a white weft. See, all wrinkly from being crammed in that package. Purple weft, you know I'm gonna love the purple. And navy weft. The navy is a cotton slub. Do not recommend for warp. Don't do that. Don't make the same mistake I did. It shreds. If you're a spinner, you probably already know this. If you're a weaver with no spinning experience, you might not realize that when you have a thicker portion in a yarn, it does not get as much twist. The twist migrates to the thinner portions because they're just easier to twist. And so when you have a thicker one, it's actually weaker. You would think it'd be stronger because there's more fiber there, but it's the twist that makes it strong. So they like wear on those slubs, and those slubs are already weak, and it'll just like drift apart on you. And it's not good. But I love those, and they're going out next week. Next, a lot of you saw this if you watched the spinning of the October Paradise box. It was a lot of yardage. I want to say it was like 800 yards. I know it's in the video. Maybe 7, 6, I don't know. Is this an auction? What is happening? But I combined it with some black and I love how this turned out. I think it's destined to be woven. This was a really fun spin and I spun it long draw, so it went really quick. I dyed some things. Well, you guys know I dyed probably 4 or 5 dozen braids since August. Most of it is either sold in my shop or about to go in my shop, but I dyed a few things to keep for myself. Sometimes it's really hard to part with the things that I dye that are beautiful, and I always tell myself it's fine, you're gonna dye something else beautiful someday. Maybe you'll keep that, maybe you won't. It's okay. Send it out into the world. Let someone else enjoy it. Most of the time I'm pretty successful. These are my failures. This is the Polworth from the November Paradise box. It's the one where we got the walnut, the crushed walnut to dye, and I opted to not use the walnut for now, but I have it all. I may do it in the future, and I know I said, okay, maybe I'll try it, but you guys, I don't see myself doing that right now. And I love you guys, and I know it disappointed some of you, and I'm so sorry about that. I'm not feeling it right now. And also, it's important for everybody to realize those packages come with a suggestion. It doesn't mean, hey, we're giving you this fiber, you must dye it brown. Obviously. So Lisa, who left me some reviews in my Etsy shop, bought the very first wool from my Etsy shop, dyed wool, and it was called Love Affair, and I named it Love Affair because I loved it. It was one of those ones where I was like, I cannot put this in my shop, I have to keep it. I recreated it, and this one's staying here. So this one hopefully will be soon. It's Rambouillet. I don't exactly know what I want to make with it, but a lot of times I don't spin that way, so it's cool. And the same day I dyed this one, and I could not let it go. It's funny what draws you to certain ones, isn't it? So again, this is Rambouillet. I don't have specific plans for it. I just became very attached. What can I tell you? So, and then this is my last dyed braid, I think. You guys know I bought like wholesale packages of Knit Picks roving before. It's a good deal, and they have really nice roving actually. This is the Stroll, so it's for sock yarn, and again it's showing a little bit brighter than it actually is, but it is like turquoise and orange. There's some green and purple, and I just had to keep this one. I think once it's spun, it's gonna be insane. So I'm keeping the label with this just in case I forget, because I always think I won't, and then sometimes I actually do. Where am I gonna go with this if my whole desk is already full of projects? I'm gonna make room in just a minute. Oh my God. I just finished about a week ago a spin of some Romney top that I dyed and sold to my local yarn store. They're carrying my fiber now, and she had it where whenever we come in, we could see it. Like if you're coming in and you're knitting for a little while, you're staring right at it, and I could not stop staring at this one, so I finally basically bought it back. Oh, there we go. So it's like navy and kind of a squashy color, like a butternut squash color, and there was some purple in it, and it was so pretty. I got 400 yards. Don't know what's gonna happen to this. Right now it's gonna go into one of my 2 crammed hand spun shelves. If you have a suggestion for something that's not socks for around 400 yards of fingering weight yarn, I'd love to hear it. I have this Hugh mungus blanket. When we moved here, I had this really smart plan to knit a blue and white blanket for our living room. It was going to be for Christmas time. It was going to be double knit. It was going to be a pattern. I'll link below because I can't remember the name of it, but it has like a dark blue background with white snowflakes. I'll link it. And I was gonna knit it double knit instead of the way that it's actually a baby blanket. So I was struggling with that, and I still really wanted a blanket. Changed my plans up. I mean, it's been a saga. It's been a minimum 3 years since I started this blanket. And what's weird is, back in September, I ordered a couch that is literally this color. It's still not here, but it's okay. It's huge. It's like 7 feet wide, and I don't know how long. Probably 7 feet long, and it weighs a ton. Hang on. So I'm not even gonna try and open it up. But isn't it cute? It's big, it's cozy, it's cheap, not very fancy yarn, but I really wanted to be able to wash it and for it to wear for a long time, so I finished it. I cast it off like 2 days ago. I think I have 3 ends to weave in, and then it's done. It's like having a person on your lap. Okay, this is how I'm gonna make room. Ready? Okay. So not long ago, you guys saw that I dyed some yarn to look like a Christmas tree with lights, and it actually really did turn out to look like a Christmas tree with colored lights on it, and it turned out really, really nice. And the plan was to go at it one more time and see if I could do better. I did. I have 3 of them in my shop. And then I also dyed some blanks for Christmas socks. I'm not any further, but this is as far as I've gotten so far. I cannot wait. And they're in 2 like coordinating balls. So those I dyed for me to keep. I have some other crafts that are not fiber related, but I wanted to show. So John got this laser. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you may have seen it. And it engraves on like a bunch of different materials. It's kind of like a 1/10 power Glowforge, because I think a Glowforge is like a 45 watt laser, and this is like a 4 or 4.5 watt laser. I made this little design on my computer, and it actually, you can't really tell in the video, but this deer is actually made of like a pattern of knit stitches, and then he burned it on this little ornament, and I used stickles. If you are a, what do you call, if you're a like paper crafter, card maker, you know what stickles are. And added the little bow, and I love it. When we first did them, I was like, it's kind of plain, kind of flat, not sure. But when you add a little something something and a bow, you can make anything look good. I'm not even a good bow maker. I'm learning from Gina at the Shabby Creek Cottage. Have you guys checked out her channel? Oh my god, you gotta check her out. I'm gonna link her below too. Another thing I did recently is make some, I guess, refill some candles, but I always save jars when I finish a candle, and I love candles. I freaking love candles. So I saved a bunch of jars, I cleaned them out, I cut some vinyl. This is like a glitter silver vinyl, and then I just re-poured candles with wood wicks in them. This one's for Teresa. Teresa, I don't know if you're watching. This is for you. And then I also made another design and put it on a big one and did not pour a candle in it. I'm using it to hold like all kinds of spare crochet hooks and then spare knitting needles. I think this is, oh my gosh, I have a latch hook, you guys. What? So I made that design myself, and it's coming on a t-shirt soon. It's glitter, hot pink glitter, but it's up in my cupboard, just holding all these needles. I love it. And the last non-fibery thing, I think, is I've been working on our holiday cards this year. I haven't stamped a sentiment on them yet, which I think I'm just gonna put inside, because I think this outside is so, like, it's so nice plain, like it is. I'm about half done with the cards. I need to make like 15 or 16 more, somewhere in there. But I'm actually really happy about how they're turning out. I guess buffalo plaid is my theme for 2020. We're only like halfway done with the project. Should I have split this into 2 videos? Holy moly. Are you getting sick of me? I'm not sick of you either. Many of you saw my video where I wove a table runner, a Thanksgiving, kind of like fall colors. I'm sorry it's wrinkled. It was like crammed into the Thanksgiving dishes tub. But I did use it on my gold tablecloth and it was really pretty this year. So I'm definitely gonna keep it and be using it in the future. Sometimes I finish a project and I'm like, maybe I'll just give that away. No, this one's staying here. I also wove for our camper this cute little, let's see, is this the back? Yeah. This cute little mat that goes in front of our sink in our little camper kitchen. It's made of recycled, I mean, would you call it upcycle? I would call it recycled denim from jeans that we like wore out. It's really heavy. Still a lot to go get through, guys. All right, so I finished a pair of socks. Back in the fall, I did a like dye with me day where I did a couple braids and a couple of sets of sock yarn, and this is one of them. I love how these turned out. It was interesting because there were people that I knit with normally who were totally not excited about the yarn, and then as I was knitting the socks they were like, oh. So those are just on the high twist BFL from Wool to Die For. I also finished, and I never even mentioned this, I don't think, there is this yarn called the United Foursome by Queensland, and it's like a big cake, kind of the size of like mandala and stuff like that, and it has just 4 colors and long stripes, and there was a pattern that came with it called the Andrea shawl. And you guys, how could I say no to these colors? They're so perfect. And to be honest, I kind of feel like I can wear this and it's cute. Because you guys know how I feel about the shawls. Sometimes I feel like I can't pull them off, but it's really pretty. You can see all the colors at once if you fold it corner to corner and make yourself a triangle. But I mean, it's a big shawl. It's big. And I finished this like a week ago. But it was a really simple knit. And sometimes I need that for my brain, so it was just really good to have this around and be able to work on it as I needed a simpler project. And many of you also saw the kraken hat. That was my Halloween video. I know crochet is not something you see here that often, but I can do it, and honestly, this hat is everything. It's cute. I also had to dig through the fall decorations for that one. But no problem. I'll do anything for you guys because I love you. Okay, so this one. This is made from hand spun that came, just making sure I have the right side up, from the August Paradise box. It was a blend called Wisteria of like linen and wool, and I think there was bamboo in it, maybe silk, I can't remember. And the pattern is called Aglow. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw me blocking it. Isn't that so pretty? It's got this really cool lace pattern through it. Sorry, Will Ferrell. It totally doesn't go with a hoodie, but I mean, over the right top, it's so pretty. And you know, see how it drapes? This yarn, this blend, whatever, drapes so pretty. If it was available at Paradise in a bunch of colors, I would buy it. Oh, we're almost done now, guys. Home stretch. Okay. Back in like September, I made this adorable hat called Fleece Navidad. It is, I don't know, modified a little bit from the original hat. And I've been sort of like, should I put a palm on it or not? I know you're not gonna be able to really see very well because it's white against the window, but I haven't exactly decided. But I do like the hat and I think it's so cute. It's made from wool stock yarns. Those are from Blue Sky Alpaca. Does anyone need to take a break? This is gonna be so long for me. I think I actually talked about this in a video, my little bucktooth skeleton skull thing. I haven't really needle felted much before. I've made like 1 or 2 things before, and of course I decided a human skull, how hard could that be? But I made him for Halloween decoration, and I still think he is quite cute. I also, for this fall, made a bunch of acorns to go in my pumpkin vase, and I showed you guys those in the Halloween episode or right before. But there were a bunch. I gave some to my stepmother when she was here for Thanksgiving because she kind of fell in love with them, and let's face it, I got a lot of knitted stuff around here. Giving up a little bit is not really that bad of a big deal. So I know recently most of you saw the buffalo plaid pillows. There's one behind me that has piping. I only had enough piping to make 2 pillows, so I did do them. This is the second pillow actually, not the one that you guys saw. And black fur on the back. They're cute, but then I ran out of piping and I still had enough material to make 2 more pillows. So I made 2 without, and I don't mind them. And I kind of feel like if I were to put these like on the guest beds during Christmas time when someone was visiting, these might be a nicer way to go anyway. It's kind of like those are nicer for sofa pillows and these are nicer for the guest room. I finished sewing those up last night. Oh, there is one more non-fibery thing. I forgot. Just turned my head and there it was. I made this wreath for Halloween. I posted it either on Facebook or Instagram. I can't remember. Maybe both. I don't know. And it was for my front door. Isn't it cool? I almost didn't want to take it down because it's like creepy, but it's also very pretty with the big, I guess these are peonies, huh? So I got to scare people with it all October. Hopefully nothing fell off when I just did that. This is a hand spun. The hand spun tweed hat. Remember this hat? I'm kind of thinking you guys were probably right that I could have done one more repeat and it wouldn't have looked too crazy. But I love this hat. I made John a hat. Last update, I think it was last update, project update, I showed you guys the yarn that I dyed for this, and he's been wearing it quite a bit. He really likes a fingering weight hat. Obviously it fits him a little differently. His head's quite a bit bigger, but I used the stitch pattern from the Third Coast cowl, which I'm pretty sure went in the last update, just around the border, just to kind of like break up the pattern, and it turned out really nice. He wears it all the time. It's really the yarn that makes that hat something, you know? Sometimes that's the way it goes. Like you have yarn that has a lot of pow and you don't want to add a pattern to it because then it's just like visually confusing for your eyeballs and your brain. I recently carded some a couple weeks ago. I made this band. So I don't know if you've been watching a long time, you've probably seen what I call the franken bats. This is one of those. It is like all different blue things from my stash, and then it has a whole bunch of blue silk, sari silk in it. Oh, can you see it? I think there will probably be a video coming up of me spinning this because somebody brought to my attention a way to spin a big bat that I've never tried. So I thought maybe coming up I would show you guys that. Talk to me if you want to see it. If you don't, whatever. I'm okay if you don't. I know some of you only come here for the weaving, but. And on that same carding day, I had this idea in my head. So I pin things on Pinterest sometimes that inspire me colorway wise. And I saw these roses that were like mostly black, and I think I did post this on Instagram for sure. They're mostly black, but they have like a little bit of purple inside. And I wanted to make a roll egg that was kind of inspired by that. I'll actually link the Pinterest picture below so you can see. And I got this set of 4 ounces of roll eggs off my drum carder, and I'm just in love with them. If you look at the rose picture, you'll understand how I put these together, what inspired me to do those. That's it. We did it. You guys know there's a slate. Oh, that's it. That's all I finished. Now, disclaimer, you guys please remember, this is my job now. This is what I do as my job now. honorable mentions, or if you were in a yearbook, this would be like not pictured. I made a sweater from Plum Dandy Knits. I'll link the pattern below for a friend of mine with very bulky LRA red yarn. She already has it. It's okay though. It's gorgeous, that sweater. I also made the Lake Melissa sweater. I made it for the local yarn store and it's not up yet on a mannequin, so I couldn't film any of it. There is one weaving project that was not pictured. They were like fall themed towels. I will insert a picture, and those all sold off of my Etsy shop. One of them actually sold in person, so I had to remove it, but they're all sold. So that's wonderful news, but I need to learn to do a little better updates and a little more frequent updates. I will see you guys next week. I'm planning a spinning video for next week. I love you guys. I hope you're doing well and everybody's healthy. See you later. Bye.